Leanne, what's wrong?
I'm so tired.
Why don't you get a coffee from Starbucks?
I don't have money. They're $5 for one little cup.
Yeah, I couldn't afford that either. How about you get a 5-hour energy?
They taste bad and they're just terrible for you either way.
Yeah, I don't like them either. Why don't you get a Monster or even a soda?
I'm a student. I go to school. I have to carry gloves. I don't have hands. And plus, I don't want to drink that in the morning.
Those are all really good points, but wait, I have the perfect solution for
Really?
you. I just got this new gum called Intensity Energy Gum. It's perfect. It energizes you while you chew. The concept behind Intensity Energy Gum is really simple. We take your everyday chewing gum and we add natural boosters like caffeine to give you a boost throughout your day. The best part is you can chew it whenever you want. In the morning when you wake up, during school when you're tired, or even before practice. This is perfect for our target market because not only 9 out of 10 students admit to chewing gum in school, but also because 7 out of 10 students use energy supplements like coffee or 5-hour energy. For our total addressable market, we are targeting 70% of the high school student population in the United States. We're targeting 70% because that's how many drink coffee and use energy supplements. We're also basing it on the statistic that the average student buys 2 packs of gum a month for a year, so we got 1.3 billion. But to narrow that down for our SAM, we are taking 9 surrounding schools, including Barrington, with the same statistic that they'll buy 2 a month for a year, and we got 1.9 million, and that leaves us with a market share value of 279,000.
So our main direct competitors are 2 energizing gums, Military Gum and Jolts Gum. Military Gum is not very well known because it was just basically used in the military. You can buy it online, but it's not very popular. And also, they put in 100 milligrams of caffeine per stick, which is, according to Mayo Clinic, the max amount that a growing teen should be having in their everyday diet, aka our target market. And for Jolt Energy Gum, they were not very well known either. They had 4 stars review on Amazon, but they decided to change their formula and their flavoring to try to gain more publicity. It ended up backfiring, and they went down to 2 stars. Our indirect competitors are Coffee, 5-Hour Energy, and Monster. Coffee is expensive, and you have to repurchase it every day. 5-Hour Energy, all the reviews on Yahoo say it tastes bad, and not everybody wants 5 hours of energy, some just want a basic pick-me-up. And Monster is inconvenient, and according to Fox News, they can put up to 800% vitamins that they say are actually in there because they're not required by law to be precise. So our product offers the best of everything. We're inexpensive, and you don't have to repurchase this every day. We have popular flavors based on our surveys: mint, watermelon, and citrus. And we are convenient and hands-free. You can take it wherever you want, and you can share it. Also, we only offer 50 milligrams of caffeine per stick, so people can get 2 little pick-me-ups however they want.
For our 5-year business model, the first year we're planning on just going around suburban areas. We're not going to start paying for advertisement yet, and we're just going to go around suburban areas. We're going to talk to high school students from high schools around us, such as like Conan or Hoffman Estates, and we're going to get a profit of 20,000. Years 2 and 3, we're going to start paying for advertisement, and we're going to go to Chicago areas more out than suburban areas. And then year 4, we're going to hit advertisement a lot more. We're going to pay more than double than we did year 3 for advertising, and we're going to start expanding throughout the country, which gives us a $2 million profit. And then year 5, we're going to hit more on advertising and just expand out to get $7.1 million.
So for our timeline, we've actually accomplished one of them already, which is the social media. We launched that on January 28th using a mock logo. We're actually waiting for the design class to help us with our real logo, which hopefully we're getting on March 4th. After that, in the following week, we're hoping to launch our website and email campaign. Then we're going to be doing our prototypes, which includes our test trials towards the end of February. And in March, we're going to be selling them in local stores near us, which we've already talked to.
So the email campaign is also part of our MVP. So we've gone around into our classes and we've gotten about 82% of the kids in our classes to sign up saying that they're interested in a test trial and then probably purchasing our gum. So what we're going to do is we're going to send out that survey or that flyer, which basically tells them who we are, what the gum is made out of, and the benefits from the gum and what it does for you. So then once that email's sent out, if they're interested in test trialing the gum or they want to purchase it, they're going to email us back. And then we're going to keep them updated along the way. And then when the final product is finally complete, we're going to email them telling them to buy it and just reminding them where they can purchase the product.
So this is our homepage for our website. We're actually done with everything on it. We have all the information. We just need to purchase the domain and the hosting for it. And as for our prototype, we've been making the gum recently and to try out and see the flavor. We've been having issues with the flavor, therefore we're working with an organic chemist, and he's been telling us ways to have the flavor last longer and taste better. And the caffeine we're using 50 milligrams, and we found that to be really productive, and we're able to do tasks and still be awake. After that, towards the end of February, we're going to be doing test trials with students from Barrington High School, and they're going to come in after school, and we're going to keep them here, and we're going to try to get feedback whether they like the gum, what they want to change, and little things about that.
So besides our extensive advertisement, we're also going to rent tables during our lunch hours and sell them to the kids in the cafeteria. And then also after school, we're going to be renting a table. We're going to place it in high student traffic areas so more people walk by and want to buy it. And we've also talked to 3 local stores in Barrington, and all 3 of them, which is Sweet Spot, Cook Street Coffee, and Grassroots, have said that they would love to sell it in their stores. And those stores right now have not asked us for money yet for selling it, so they're just going to sell it in their stores for us.
Okay, so for our COGS right now, our cost of goods sold, our ingredients and our labeling in total is 52 cents, which is 73.9% of our gross market if we sell it at $2 a pack. And throughout the years, our COGS is going to be lower because right now our labeling is really expensive because we're not buying it in bulk. But since we start, or when we start buying it in bulk, it'll be cheaper, therefore our cost of goods sold will be cheaper. So our SG&A right now, all we're spending for the first year is for our website, which is $52 for the year for their domain and the hosting. And then right now we're gonna make the prototype, so that's gonna cost about $50. But throughout the years, we're gonna need salaries and we're gonna pay for advertising, which will add up to the SG&A.
And as to where to start, we want to start with making 200 packs. That might not start out as a lot, but we want to sell all 200 packs, and then with the profit we make, we're going to reinvest that back into the company and make more and slowly progress. So it's going to cost $104 just for all the ingredients, like the rubber, the caffeine, and all the packaging. That's going to make it, and then like Gia said, $50 for the website and the prototype, so we're asking for $225. And also, all of us have talked to everyone in our classes. We're not the only ones who are super excited about this. People are begging us and asking us, where's the gum? We really want to try it. So they agree with us 100% on we are not a product, we are a necessity. So we would love it if you guys would like to invest with us in Intensity Energy Gum, because we are energy in every chew.
Where are the competitor, what channels do they use to sell?
Solely online. There are no
Solely
in-stores.
Jolt is not available anywhere.
Jolt has its own website, and they are available on Amazon, but because of their low ratings, they do not get purchased up here very often.
I'm surprised that it's not available on I-80 somewhere for truck drivers, but.
What do you mean low ratings? Krispy Kreme.
Yeah.
So all the reviews, like they didn't actually have like very many reviews, but how many stars they got added up to 4 stars, like the average was, and most of them said like it worked well enough, but it wasn't too much, and they didn't really like the flavoring very much, which is why they tried to reformulate and reflavor everything, but it didn't work very well, and so all the reviews, the new reviews, brought it down to 2 stars.
What's your price point you would be selling it?
We'd be selling at $2.
So when you said your cost of goods sold, your margin is 70%, not your cost, I got it, 50%, so you make $1.50 a pack. So how do you make gum? Where do you make it?
Oh, yeah, that detail.
It's actually,
And you said rubber.
yeah, because it's actually really not that simple. For all you guys who don't know, gum is actually made out of rubber. It's called chicle. You have to buy it in a raw form. And what you do is you melt that down. You can melt it in the microwave or more efficiently in a pot of water. And you melt that down, and then we add the caffeine powder, and then we add the flavoring powder, and we add the vegetable oil and all that stuff. And then it's really hard to work it out. It's a process, but
All right, so you're literally making this in
Yeah.
your kitchen?
Yeah, we've done it twice so far.
Okay,
Wow.
and tell us about, is it good? Is it really bad? Is it?
Right now, we're trying to get the flavor to last longer, so I know an organic chemist who specializes in food production, so we talked to him about getting the flavor to last longer, so that's like what we're working on now, so that's.
And is that secret for you to tell us how that happens?
You have to encapsulate the flavor, so we were just using like like the liquid extract, but he wants us to encapsulate it, because then every time like they bite into it, new flavors get
Oh,
released.
Flavor crystals.
Mhm.
Okay, gotcha. I have a kind of a general legal question, and I know you guys have not had your legal training and all that yet, but if you were funded for the MVP to make 200 packs, is there a liability for that type of thing, since it's a food that's made in a home? Do we have to worry about?
No, probably, but
Well,
not
actually, we
much
have
more
an
than a
answer
bake
to that.
sale. I mean, you go sell you the stuff that you make.
I mean, we actually have an answer.
Yeah.
So because all our ingredients are already FDA approved to be used together in like one system, we don't need to get anything like allowed, like everything is safe to be ingested and like sold and all of that.
As well, I saw that, I'm pretty sure Wrigley was trying to do a similar thing and they got approved. So we're kind of like basing it off theirs, but as well as Andy said, that everything's FDA approved.
Well, they actually couldn't sell to minors because they used some chemicals that were not really healthy for younger people, and like I said, like Mayo Clinic, you can't have more than 100 milligrams per day because it will hurt like your mind and your heart when you're still growing, so they weren't allowed to sell to minors.
Well, you're gonna have 50
right.
per piece,
They were putting like way too much.
but you're gonna have 50
We only have 50
per piece. What if somebody eats 3 pieces?
actually, for the average adult, and that's kind of like the average high school student, you're allowed to consume 400 milligrams of caffeine a day. So you're allowed, and we're doing it at 50 a piece.
So it's basically just like you have to use your best judgment like anything. Like people will have too much 5-hour energy and too much Monster, but we're just trying to limit the amount that they could ingest.
Okay.
How much is in an average cup of caffeine coffee?
That's like 200 around, well, it depends from what brand,
Yeah,
obviously.
Yeah.
Normally it's like 200 and
Yeah. Depending on which coffee you buy, like an average cup of coffee from Starbucks, a medium size is usually about 200 milligrams.
Interesting, okay, so 4 pieces of gum in that case for you. Because
Yep.
your age is drinking coffee, I'm assuming, some people, right?
Yeah, but also because with gum, you're putting all that caffeine in your mouth, so you're going to feel the effect a lot sooner. But with coffee, unless you're downing the whole thing right away, it's going to take a longer time.
So the absorption is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So can you restate your UVP again? What
So, do you want to go back to the slide?
Yeah.
So our UVP basically is like, we're taking the best of everything. We are inexpensive because military gum actually only offers half the amount of pieces that we are, but for 10 cents less. Also, based on our surveys, we asked like, I think 100, maybe more people, like what flavors they would like to see. And they said peppermint, watermelon, and then like any citrus flavor, like orange or something, but we're probably just gonna stick to basic citrus. Also, like, we can be taken anywhere. Like, I know a lot of places don't allow you to take drinks in, or they're inconvenient, or there's a lot that you need to take down to get the full effect. With gum, it's just easier. You pop it in your mouth and you just chew it and you're good. And then also the 50 milligrams of caffeine, which we have stated multiple times.
Have you guys tried this?
Yes.
We have tried it
What
ourselves.
does it taste like?
It's fine at first, but because we use the liquid extract, the rubber still kind of like, you can still taste it a little bit, like of the chicle base. So that's really our only issue. The caffeine works fine. You can't taste the caffeine. It's really just the chicle mixed with the flavor. So
And
we
the
use the,
consistency is really well.
Yeah.
So,
Is it, I'm sorry, go ahead. Is it an organic product?
it's organically caffeinated, but we do have to put in like powdered sugar.
Okay, so you can't call it organic, right?
but you can't call it organic.
Caffeinated. That's kind of like our angle.
There's a bunch of thinking that you probably need to do around branding. I think the gum is part of this, but the brand is an interesting part of it. So I think at your MVP, you might want to think about the brand a little bit more. Your last slide set it up that this is more of a lifestyle, not or a necessity than really about gum. So think about how that message gets across in your brand. I don't know the answer to it, but I know it's important.
Also, it would be interesting to know why, when I go to CVS, I don't see caffeinated gum. There should be there's an economic
We
reason.
can, and I'm sure we can contact them and find out for you.
I mean, Wrigley owns the gum market. Learn from what they've done.
Yeah, and we've actually called them, and they sent us I think at least 50 pages of information on
Really?
what they could disclose to us. They can't disclose everything, obviously, but they did tell us more than just what's on their website. So we still have those
They
pages.
do
We're
have
gonna
a
revisit them.
caffeine gum.
They do not. They had one. They had to cancel it and take it off the market. And that was for the reasons I told you. They put some chemicals in there that were not safe. So besides the so military gum is fine with the 100 milligrams because it's okay to be ingested, but with Wrigley they used some extra chemicals to get extra caffeine, and that wasn't healthy for younger kids, which is why they couldn't sell to minors. So they just took it off the market completely.
There's definitely more legal liability with
Yeah.
you. 5 Hour Energy has liabilities everywhere. There's lots of people attacking and suing them, or attempting to anyway. So it's just something as you go further down the road, you'll look at your branding. Mr. Miles talking about, it's probably going to have some branding that says no more than 3 sticks a day or 4 sticks, whatever. Yes.
When you get to your final pitch, I know the issues around legal, safety, patents, competitiveness, these things we probably want to have answered by the end before an investor would actually be comfortable putting money in. The branding and the packaging, does your 52 cents include packaging?
Yes.
Yes. And how are you going to do, are you buying those outright or are you making them? And how are you going to print things on there? How's that going to work?
So as of right now, we're in the future we plan on getting a hard packaging, kind of like how Icebreakers is in that plastic K-shaped container. But for right now, until May, we're kind of packaging like the Hall's cough drops. We're getting an airtight bag. We're gonna put our logo on top, and we're individually wrapping each piece in wax paper.
Makes sense.
There's a ex-mentor or mentor for the program that worked on Wrigley business on the marketing side for many years that I would love to put in touch with.
Thank you.
So I'll see to it that happens.
Could you just pop up your MVP stuff?
As you're popping it up, one of the things you could eventually do is use what's called co-manufacturing, that you actually outsource the production of this. It's not too early to begin to explore how that happens and what those costs look like, because in May you're going to be up here talking about funding, and you'll want to have visibility into if you really just outsource the manufacturing part of it. And that's Mama Jess, what she does. She made it in her kitchen for the first year. This is a Barrington mom that made spaghetti sauce. It's all organic, called Mama Jess. And now she just sells it, but it's made in California by a co-manufacturer.
Can we make a decision on the money?
Can you go back to it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is like
It's
a theme
lean
earlier.
in my view. I feel.
If you sell the packs, you make money, you get to pay us back, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And you might even need to make more, so you might need more money from us, so view us as a resource. If you run out of money and you need more, although you probably can self-fund the growth.
Okay, Hugs?
Good?
All right, we're good.
All right.
Thank you.
Good
job.
Are we out of time, Hugs?
What's that?
You got another 40 seconds, go.
40 seconds? How did you guys come up with this idea?
Well,
There's
it's
actually-
Alex.
They were falling asleep in
You
class.
know, we know the
Yeah.
ideation
Yeah.
curriculum, so the bug me list and all that, just,
Yeah.
where did this
Yeah,
one come
this
from?
one.
Well, I think we were all looking around we wanted to find a problem that was really current with all of us, and we all looked around the room, and I guess we all just saw that our jaws were moving because we had gum in our mouths, and we were all really tired, so we just put two and two together, like, what if we made gum that didn't make you tired?
That's not very
Simple
much.
as that.
Yeah.
All right,
And let me tell you, of the 5 or 6 we've seen, the Q&A session, we talked about how important the Q&A session, you guys rocked the Q&A session in particular. So
Thank
congrats.
you.
yeah.
Good job. All right, next